So he says here, circumcise yourself and the foreskin of your hearts. So the heart's the problem. I'm not saying we don't have to do the other one because it's still required, but the heart, what does it mean circumcise the heart? It means you have to cut away the things that are in your emotional makeup and your preferences and your wants and your desires that are inappropriate, that aren't going to get you in line with him. You got to cut those things out. Look, when you came into this, you all recognized to some degree, okay? Maybe not to the fullest degree, that there were things you could no longer do. Just like when you got married, if you got married, you realize there's things I can't do anymore. I'm not single. I'm not even talking about like sleeping around with other people. I think there's just things that as a single person in your house you could do, that now you have another person in your house, you just can't do them like you did before. Whatever they were, because you now have a relationship change. Something has actually changed. You came into the relationship with Yahweh, you realize, I can't do certain things, and I can't eat certain things anymore. I have to keep different days. There's things I can't do anymore. And that's a cutting away of something. Those things are now removed as options. You know, as you're going to do things through life, think of it like a computer where an options table comes up and you have choices. That option's now not even on the menu. It's no longer an option. See, one of the reasons why when people get married, we make them do it in public with vows is so that everybody else in public knows you're no longer on the menu. You're not an option. Okay? You're not available as an option. And so, you know, some of you with diet issues, you know, you understand. You can't eat gluten. You can't eat this. You can't eat that. It's not an option anymore. But you know what? Until you realize just how much it was hurting you, you probably still ate it. And sometimes you probably still do. Why? Because we're stubborn. We want. You didn't cut it away. If you cut it away, you'd never do it again because you cut it away. He says you got to circumcise your heart. Cut it away. If you leave any of it, it will metastasize back and grow back and you have a problem again. You need it to be fully surgically removed. When people quit smoking, it's because they literally cut that away. When they try to quit and can't, it's because they haven't cut it away. I've watched people do both. I've watched people try and never get there, and then one day they finally just quit and it worked. I was like, what was the difference? Because they cut it away. They made a decision. The word decision actually has the idea of cutting away other choices. All right? Are you ready to make a decision, though? And all these churches, they love to say, if you haven't made a decision for Messiah, now's your opportunity. I don't want you to make a decision for Messiah. I want you to make a decision what to do about now that you know there's a Messiah. You already know there's a Messiah, but now make a decision to covenant. That's a decision. To obey, to submit, to be a slave to whom you serve and choose the Lord of Lords, the Master of Masters. You got to circumcise your heart, though. Why did Israel do all the things that they did? Why? Because they wanted to. Why do you do all the things you do? Because you want to. Oh, Rabbi, I keep doing this stuff and I hate it and I don't want to do it. Then why do you do it? Because you want to. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You wouldn't do it. There are things I know that if I figured out which ones they were for you that you don't want to do, I couldn't beat you to make you do them. There's foods you would never eat if I tried to crank open your mouth and force you. The things you still do is because there's a part of you that still wants to do it. Okay? Own that and then cut it away. All right? Because I know there are things that once you realize you didn't want it, there was nothing that was going to make you do it, period. There's nothing to make you do it. I've had people tell me, Rabbi, I don't care what you say, I'm not doing this. All right. Feel that way about the other things in your life you need to stop doing. Get to that point. That's cutting it away. You're cutting off that option. It's no longer on the menu of choices.